At least 3 ethnic cleansing campaigns are happening right now. Even the pandemic wasn't a good enough reason to end them. In fact, while I am making this video and while you're watching it, these 3 ethnic groups are in danger. Number 1, the Rohingya. The Rohingya are an ethnic group, the majority of whom are Muslim. They lived in Myanmar for centuries, and they have been rejected, discriminated against, and deprived of education, jobs, and healthcare. They're even denied citizenship. Actually, according to the UN Secretary General, the Rohingya are one of the most discriminated people in the world. And it only kept getting worse when Myanmar military started carrying out brutal rape and ethnic cleansing campaigns against the Rohingya since 2016. Entire villages were burnt down, thousands were killed, and over 1 million were displaced. And the situation is ongoing. Number 2, the Uyghurs. About 12 million Uyghurs lived in western China's Xinjiang region. In 2018, it was reported that China had turned the Uyghur region into a massive prison camp, and more than 1 million people have been detained. Today, Xinjiang is a police state that monitors everyone with advanced surveillance systems. You won't believe this, but people are actually forced to install spying apps on their phones. And almost every Uyghur family has one or more members that have disappeared. Most likely they are held in a camp. The Chinese government denies any ethnic cleansing attempts. They claim that these are vocational training camps that respect human rights and are meant to educate Uyghurs and develop their skills. But what kind of vocational camp receives trainees that are blindfolded and handcuffed? Those who made it out of the camps report physical as well as psychological torture. According to my research, they are raped, given injections to make them infertile, prohibited from speaking their own language, or practicing their Muslim faith. Number 3, the Palestinians. Since 1948, Palestinians have been ethnically cleansed out of their homes so that Jewish settlers can live there instead. This is literally the story of Israel in one sentence. This is still happening today in Sheikh Jarrah, which is illegally occupied by Israel, and Israel had the audacity of bringing a court order into it. Imagine having only 2 choices, either to demolish your own house or to let the Israeli government kindly demolish it for you and then charge you for the fees. This is a real decision that Palestinian families in Silwan have to make right now. And it's funny because Israel is using politically correct ways to bring this into the media, even though the occupation is actually considered illegal by the international community. When Palestinians peacefully stood up for Sheikh Jarrah families, they were brutally attacked by Israel, even in their holy mosque during the holy month of Ramadan. Then the situation escalated to the bombing of Gaza, which left the city now looking like a post-apocalypse. And then there was a ceasefire, but the ethnic cleansing continues.